doing there? It's Adam Post, publisher of College of the Dead, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books. It's me. It's me talking about comics again. But special guest tonight. I have Cyborg Valkyrie, my buddy.
Hello.
And I have the amazing Shay Zombie. We have that zombie thing in combination. And we're talking about our friend Aaron's project, CyberShock version 1.0.
That's correct.
Yeah. So the reason Aaron is working tonight, and you guys help other creators to promote their projects, and you work with them on their projects. And I know you guys have a relationship with Aaron. He's a really nice guy. He and I are in a Twitter group together, and he's really cool people. Hey, it's Ted. I love this guy, Ted. What an artist he is. Who guts? Well, who guts to you too, Ted? Great to see you, man. Great to see you.
That's what happens when your right hand is one space over on the keyboard.
That's fine. That's fine. Nella possessed. Nella, I hope that is not an accurate drawing of you, even though I'm sure. I mean, it's very nice. You're much nicer in person. Hey guys, all right, Ted, we got that fixed. Fantastic. So CyberShock is an interesting project. I know Aaron was first working on a project called Extractors. We were having a lot of fun with that, and that one did not fun. But this one is on a smaller goal. Mm-hmm. It's getting some action, and it's definitely looking like it's going to get funded. And there's still plenty of time to get funded on this. So
exactly, and he actually hasn't done his extension yet, so that 8 days is movable. So
he's making it work. I love it.
He is. His first campaign, Extractors, had a $7,000 fixed goal, so I feel that this one is a little bit more in reach for a first-time CG writer, and he is well on his way. In fact, this has jumped up over 10% in the last couple days.
Oh yeah.
That's very cool, and I like the 1.0. I like, the artwork is very The artwork is very interesting. It's a different style than the other project.
It really is.
I'm not a video game guy. I know you guys referenced here Metal Gear Solid Flair. Yeah. Okay, so tell me what CyberShock is about.
All right, so based on what you have on the screen, right?
Ooh, okay. Going right back to
it. Based on what you have on the screen right now, the character on the left is... Okay, I pronounce it my way. Aaron pronounces it his. So I call her Cyrin X. CYRINEX. So she is a cyborg. Go figure. I wanted to bring to this project.
Cool.
So she is a cyborg, and she was made a cyborg by a company called CyberShock Systems. Wonder where the title came from.
There you go.
Basically against her will, kind of like a human experimentation type thing. Fast forward a bit, because I'm not giving spoilers.
Right.
He has come to certain knowledge that there are many other dastardly deeds that this corporation is in the steps of planning. And so she decides to steal that information and expose the company. And that's where the comic opens, is during the heist. So once she does so, the company sends kind of like their fixer, an ex-Marine, and he is the other one on the cover. His name is Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Sends him after her. And this is basically her attempt at escape, his attempt to capture her. Her attempt to maybe lure him to the good side.
Gotcha.
And all the fun and hijinks that ensue.
Interesting. All right, so she's a cyborg against her will.
Yes.
Got it. And then Ron is kind of sent as a fixer to go collect her.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and what she's stolen.
And get to retrieve the information that she's stolen.
Right. It's actually a program, and I can tell you that it's in the description. But yes.
Oh, cool! Very cool.
A piece of software, and that's. Aaron and I talked a lot about this book in the weeks leading up to it launching and afterwards as well. The Yeah, the 1.0 was my thing, so that's why I said thank you.
Okay.
Because I suggested to him, make your first comic 1.0, and then any other re-releases, since this cover is an Indiegogo exclusive, any other covers you do can be 1 point something else, and then issue 2 can be 2.0.
So that's a reference to the edition, really.
Correct.
Okay, so CyberShock is the title.
Right.
1.0 is this edition, which is this exclusive to Indiegogo offering.
Right, and it's kind of a play on the fact that she's stolen this software because software comes in version numbers. So
yeah, absolutely.
Adapted that to the book.
I remember when Windows 95 came out a long time ago. Before that, it was like 3.1 and all that other stuff.
3.11, yes.
I don't remember that, but yeah, all right, that's very cool. So this is going to be a one-shot comic, and that are there going to be future issues to this series? Hopefully,
there absolutely will be. As long as this one gets funded, and I've highly recommended to him that if he has any trouble with this campaign, that he relist it. That it is a very good, very stylish, and very hip campaign. But yes, he already has the second one thought out.
Very cool. So this will hopefully be an ongoing series, just starting with this first one.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a full color comic, 24 pages, full color, which is pretty cool. It's cool. I'm starting with black and white myself with College of the Dead, and it came out great. And that's all terrific. But we all want to do color comics when we're making comics. We really do.
Yeah.
Color's where it's at, baby. All right. So this is written by Aaron. Now I've seen this handle around, this Art of Sue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've seen that Sue around. I don't know if Sue is a man or Sue is.
He's
I don't know what Sue's story is, but all right, dude. But yeah, I've seen the handle around. I think on Twitter, and kind of in the COMICSGATE group.
Oh
Has Sue done other stuff in COMICSGATE that we're aware of, or
no? And in fact, this is his first. What would you call it? Sequential project. He usually does like promo pieces or commission pieces, things of that nature. Logos. He's big into logo designs. He's also overseas. So a lot of his work gets shared over there.
Right.
Oh, cool.
Versus in the US.
I really like the way that his style is, because it's a lot more kind of sketchy. Like, he does a lot of sketchy stuff that has awesome form and a lot of really cool detail without it being necessarily so like rigid and confined to like what traditional comic book art tends to be. And then on top of that, the way that he does his color work, I'm a huge fan of anything that's kind of like neon punk 80s type.
Yeah.
And his color work very much has that kind of feel to it, where it'll have a lot of muted backgrounds with a lot of really vibrant, bright, kind of neon-esque highlights and colors throughout it. Like, I mean, her hair alone being essentially the same color as my background is pretty awesome.
Yeah. And I noticed that Ethan Van Sciver, the creator and publisher of Cyberfrog, commented and retweeted on this project. He was talking about how he really liked the brush. I think he was saying the way he handles the brush.
Yeah.
That's inker talk or something. I'm not an artist, so I don't know. It's very tough for me to communicate with artists sometimes. Luckily, everybody's just good. They don't need much direction from me. So this is rain in the background. I really like that.
It is.
Yeah.
So just to explain Sue's process a little bit, he does the foreground. He does the foreground physically, and then he does his background digitally, and he does his colors digitally. So that's why as you scroll down the campaign, you'll see that there's some unfinished pages that just have foregrounds in them.
Well, let's just say a couple of highs to our friends here. Peter. Hey, Peter, good to see you. Tony Sizzle, what's happening? Tony Sizzle's cool when he pops in every now and then. And we got MoxRocks 1103. How you doing? MoxRocks retweets videos that are really funny all the time. If I'm thinking of, yeah, unless I was thinking of the wrong MoxRocks, I'm like,
same guy.
Wow. Okay, MoxRocks, very cool content. Wherever you're getting those videos from is really a heck of a lot of fun. Definitely follow that MoxRocks on Twitter if you can. I don't know how many MoxRockses there are, but probably it's the same as the Twitter name. hunt that Mox Rocks down. You'll be glad that you did. Yeah, let me scroll down. I want to see more of this guy's art process. Yeah, you can see he's a strong designer.
Oh yeah.
He's really thinking about making an impact. Strategically placed robot arms.
Yeah.
That's people's favorite page so far, with her on the operating table because of all the little traced readouts in very bright
Oh
red.
yeah. He's putting a lot of thought into this.
He really has.
This is like what a cyborg would look like.
Yeah.
I would think. Could ask Cyborg Valkyrie if we want to know for sure.
Is this what you look like, Cy?
A little bit more cyborg.
A little more cyborg.
Oh,
A
Adam.
little less girl.
Shay, you go ahead and explain what page he's on right now.
Okay, so you see the page that you're currently on, Adam?
Yeah.
The top left panel
With the dropship.
with that adorable dropship that has a pretty cool design on it that I particularly really enjoy. It has the current Red Valkyrie logo in 3 different places on that dropship. So we've got it up on the very top, a little bit of it going off on the wing, and then down on the body of the ship.
Cool.
we got to put our little stamp in there.
Put your little stamp on it. This is the name the tank contest, right?
Which just sold to a lucky backer.
Somebody just bought it. So
cool.
I hope it's Tanky McTankface.
Tanky McTankface. Tankaroonie, maybe. This is cool. Who's gonna do the lettering? Do you guys know yet?
I'm not sure, honestly, who he has doing the lettering. Because what's happening is since the artist is actually doing the colors at the same time, none of the pages have been handed off to a letterer yet.
Okay. And who is she now?
That's the main character.
That is our main character. So
I'll just call her Cy. CYRIN, Cy.
Yeah.
A little self-insert there.
Does this gun float next to her like that, or is that just design?
That's just concept.
Yeah,
I like that idea though of the gun like just kind of hovering near its.
That is kind of neat.
Gun master.
So one of the things, I'm not sure if Aaron has decided yet, but one of the things that Aaron is doing, if he hits certain stretch goals, are cards for the campaign.
Oh, like trading cards?
Yes, and those.
Cool.
So there's one that everyone is getting already if they back the campaign physically, and that was up higher. The one that was the split image that said trading card front and trading card back.
Aha. Yep.
Yep. So they are getting that, which is Rondell, and of course the logo for the comic. And so they're getting that regardless of whether or not he hits the stretch goal, as long as he gets funded.
Cool.
The other stretch cards that he's planning are actually detailed a little bit farther down the page. It's going to be one of her, one of Ron, one of the medic.
Which, by the way, if you know who Hexbot is,
yeah, she's cool.
So she actually bought the tier to be drawn in as the medic. So they're currently working on the design of the medic, and it's going to be based after Hex.
Oh, good. Yeah, Hexbot is sort of seems like she's new to the COMICSGATE community, but a great supporter of a lot of campaigns. I see her on a lot of the shows.
Yep.
And sharing people's links and things like that, and just helping everybody. Just everybody can really help each other. And that's really, really helpful. It's very cool that she's going to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like this design too. Yeah, this guy's a nice designer.
Yeah, he does really good concept art for sure.
It takes a lot of confidence to kind of be like a minimalist like this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was years before John Byrne started getting kind of looser with his style. He did he did some of the best, other than Kirby, some of the best Fantastic Four comics for Marvel, and then he went out to do Avengers, or he may have done Avengers first. I guess he did Avengers first, probably. But then he did 2112 and the Next Men for Dark Horse, of his own creator-owned stuff, and he started to get a lot looser with his work and like minimalist, not as many lines, and people would criticize him, but not everybody. Yeah, but it's interesting to have that. It takes confidence to work that way. Let's put it.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Yeah. You
So
have
in
to know you're
talking
good.
with Stu, he really wanted to bring kind of the Eastern art style to the West
Hmm.
and kind of do both in this comic. And so that's what he was, at least what he told me, that he was actually trying to accomplish with this style, because I believe it's something that's pretty unique to this comic versus some of his other work as well. So
Yeah, you can see it's a unique thing he's going for, and it's good. It's nice work. He's going to get some positive attention for it.
yep, it's absolutely the first thing that I noticed when Aaron told me about this project. I'm like, okay, well, show me something. And then he showed it to me, and I was like, this is so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see the
Yeah.
energy in it. I think I think for everybody, like they can kind of see what they like in it. Some people might like the same things, but like I was really taken with how he did the rain. It was very cool. And I don't know if that's like a manga thing, and maybe I should already, it's been done a million times but as far as I'm concerned, it just reminded me of like the Matrix scene that was very cool in the rain. I think it was one of the later Matrix movies. Just very cool looking. So I like this a lot. You don't see much of this progress. So this actually talks about, look, this is how far along we are with the campaign, which is a great thing to feature for backers so they kind of understand, like, well, where is this project at? So it's very easy to say, well, this is shipping in June or shipping in January, but you don't know when someone lists a project, like, are they capable of actually getting it done and delivering it, especially when they say they're going to. And here you guys are laying out the progress. So the script is completely done, cover is completely done, the line art is almost done. It's 20 out of 24 pages. Good job, Shu. Color art, 3 out of 24 pages plus cover. And letters, not lettered yet. But
Nope.
lettering is realistically to take a few days.
Yeah.
And then the trading card, the physical backers is complete. Very cool. Very cool. So this is well on its way. All right, let's see what tiers are still available. Maybe you guys will have to come up with a new tier or two
Yeah.
that's also creative. I had this guy. What was that? I confuse it because he has like two very similar references. I did a show last night with Captain USA or
Cyborg
Cyborg
USA, Rob
USA.
Casey.
I
Yeah.
don't know, but his name of his main character is Captain USA, and he has, so it confuses me. But in any event, I was impressed. It looks like you guys have the same kind of thing going on here. Oh, all except for just this one, but he had like 5 different not odd, but just like unique-ish offerings. And a lot of times when you get unique with the offerings on the uh, the perks,
Hmm.
like you don't sell a lot of them. Like not
Mhm.
you, but you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of them are like, well, that's kind of weird. This is a coloring book version. He sold
Yeah.
like one of everything at least. So like, I was impressed, and it looks like you guys have pretty much kept to that on this. So the physical copy of the comic, which is the featured tier, is just 15 US, fifteen
Yep.
Cool.
dollars.
Now, and also to let you know, because this is a 24-page comic, it's also, Aaron was able to get the shipping down to $8 US.
Oh, nice,
So
Yep.
$23.
nice. Not bad. Not bad.
No.
Very reasonable.
Well, especially for when you're looking at a more unique story and you're looking at Zoo's artwork and being able to take those two together in a 24-page comic and all it's going to cost you is 15. Like that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's damned reasonable.
Absolutely.
And
You were
color.
saying,
And
yeah,
in color.
and color and
Yep.
cool purples, a nice package, nicely put together. And coming from Aaron too, I'm sure he's got a lot of other cool ideas, and it's great just to see him going moving forward, making the next book, making the next book. So you guys also have a digital version, which is great because for international people or even people like me, it's funny because a lot of people go back and forth on the digital, but for me, I like to back digital because I'm going to lose track of all the physical copies. Like I have College of the Dead near me here. Okay, so I've got my College of the Dead, and I'm not going to lose it, but only because it's near me. I don't have room on all of my desks that like stack next to me, stuff that I buy. So, and
Yeah.
also it's like when you get a chance to look at something, if you're busy, digital's not a bad option as far as
Right.
I'm concerned because like you can get it like it's always there. It's there
Yeah.
whenever you're curious
Portability.
to see it. Yeah, totally
Right.
portable and a little bit more even affordable. So
Yep.
that's $7 US. obviously can ship anywhere, and it does not include the physical stretch goals, and you can't get a trading card in a digital copy. You can get a picture of it maybe, but I'm not going to mail that. Oh, and these are planned to ship March 2020.
That's correct.
So you guys have plenty of time for that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Right.
great.
About 5
Very
more
cool.
months. Yep. He wanted
Physical-
to avoid the holiday season and give Sue plenty of time.
Yes.
Very, very wise. And this way they can finish it, make sure everything's perfect, and then who knows? If it's available to go sooner, then maybe it'll go sooner. But March is very reasonable.
Yes, and it also depends on how high the campaign gets. Just to let you know, one of the stretch goals actually adds pages to the book, so that's why the shipping date is tentative.
Yeah, that's the one thing about like adding pages is very cool, and I like that as a perk, or not. Well, not really a perk. I guess you could make it a perk as a stretch goal. Right? If somebody's like, "Here, spend $2,000," it'll let us add 10 pages. But for a stretch goal, it's great. It's just it can add to the production time. It's funny. It's like when you're making these comics, it can be any one little tiny thing that's like, well, it's 99.9% done, but we've got to get that extra fraction of a percent for the whole thing to be done. And it's not done until it's completely done.
Right. I've heard you talk about that before, actually.
Yeah, it's just life. In fact, it's reminding me as we're talking now. I've actually all my comics for College of the Dead, all our books and the versions and everything, all of it has been ordered to drop ship through the printer, and it's ready to go, and they're shipping already. So maybe even as soon as the 18th, people will start to receive them. October 18th, we're shipping on time. And I could say that everything is shipped, but there is one guy's order, this guy Joseph, and his street address in Canada is the number 4. That's all I have. The number 4 is the street address. So that can't be right.
Right.
Just 4 and a city?
No, well, I have 4. I have a city, and I have a postal code, and the
But no
country.
street.
It's somewhere in Canada. But it's like, I know it's not right. I do have the guy's phone, so I sent him an email and a message through Indiegogo. I haven't heard from him yet. I will, if I have to call him, I'll call him. I'll just be like, "Hey, Joseph, it's Adam. How you doing? Give me your street address. We're gonna send you these books because he's the only guy that we have. But have I, ordered all of our books and delivered all of our books, all the ones that we could, but it's 99.9% complete. He may be the one guy that doesn't get his books on time out of whatever we had, 130, 135 backers. But it's my job to try to, sometimes it is on the, you never know who it's on, but it's like, it's got to get done. It's got to get delivered. There's no excuses. And then, if somebody gets something and it's damaged, it's not right, you got to make it right.
Yep.
So you have the original card, the original trading card art too, which is very cool.
Mhm.
Is this do you know what size this is? I mean, was it done? Oh, it's 8x8. Wait, a physical copy. Oh, sorry, physical copy of CyberShock 1 comic, original 8x8, approximate dimensions trading card art. Okay, that answers my question right there. 8 inches by 8 inches. That's a good size.
Yes, because he takes his art and then he scans it. So
very cool. That's a nice piece.
Mhm.
It really is. I love what he's done with the dots on it. I think it's really unique. Because if you look at that,
that's traditional too. I guess if it's physical, I didn't even think of that.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to I believe it was Preston Acevedo, and he's got a project called Doc Salem, very nice looking project, very good artist. He does the pencils, and someone else does the inks on not all of it, but on some of it. And he was explaining to me how they have 2 sets of originals. I'm like, how do you do that? So Preston's like, well, what we do is I very tightly do the pencils, scan the pencils, and then he then has obviously the physical board because he scanned it, and then his inker prints out the pencil board onto a Bristol board, and then he physically inks the printed pencil, and then they kind of both have originals. I was like, well, that's really, really cool. We used to do stuff like that back in the day in the studio when we would do hand coloring with Doc Martin's dyes. You would print, you wouldn't even scan. We didn't have scanners. It was a photocopying machine, but you could take like a good clean copy onto a piece of artboard and then color the artboard. Yeah, it's just interesting how people work. All right, so that's it on the perks, because you got the other thing was the tank, which is sold out. So this was just like name the tank. There was only one of those,
Yes.
Yep. There's just one tank.
and you get to name that one tank.
Click on the perk and see if it'll expand.
Yeah, it won't.
Oh,
It's sold out.
Can you go to updates?
Yeah. Updates. Here we go. 2 updates.
And
Looks like it's a worthwhile thing to back.
Absolutely.
8 days in. New limited perk. Name the spider tank. Okay. No tanky make. Did they name the tank yet?
Not as far as I'm aware. Aaron has not told me that they have yet, but I just wanted to point out to Shay, she said that she hoped it was Tanky McTankface. I actually put that in the update. No Tanky McTankface, please.
I know you did. I know you did. But if somebody paid $40 and that's what they wanted, how are you going to tell them no?
That's
I'm
true.
just saying.
Could be Tankadoodle-Doo.
Oh my gosh, Adam, where were you?
Yeah, who is this person that won this?
I don't know, but I need to find them now and be like, Adam has a great suggestion for
Yeah, exactly. Go around Twitter, ask around. This is great. You added a trading card. People really like trading cards too. It's very cool.
They do.
Right. Well, and they're not as expensive as a lot of people might think. You can actually get really good quality, like the plastic ones that are a lot more durable, that print really well and look really pretty, and they really don't cost you that much more.
Do you know what it costs roughly to produce a trading card?
So I know that Sai and I sat down and kind of priced it out. We priced it at a very, very high amount. So if you're going to do like 5,000 of them,
okay,
it's about 760, 770 ish. But obviously you can, if you go with way less, if you go with
right at that quantity, it's about 57 cents a piece. So
yeah,
it's not that expensive.
There's a company called Drive Through Cards. If you just type it into Google, it'll find itself, and they do digital and offset printing for trading cards and playing cards, even tarot cards, cards, all sorts of cards. They also have a digital platform where you can upload your playing cards or trading cards, whatever you might have, and they sell direct to consumer. They also sister site is Drive Through Comics, and similarly, they also let you print comics and graphic novels or whatnot. Their printing is through a company called Lightning Source, which is tied up with Ingram, but I don't know who prints their trading cards. That was for their comics, but it was interesting because a couple of my friends have pointed me to them, and it looked like the pricing was pretty reasonable for what they told me. And people really like these trading cards.
Well, people like having things that people like swag, as long as it's meaningful swag. Like obviously, if you're just like, here's a bookmark for like a 12-page ash can, what's the point of that, But if you're gonna give like, hey, I've got a 90-page comic and here's a bookmark, that makes sense and that's cool. Here are trading cards, here are pins and buttons, here are keychains, like stickers. All of those kinds of things have at least a little bit of a value to specific people. There's some people that really enjoy it, some people that think that it's a waste of time, but being able to have it as an add-on or as its own perk, it at least gives people the option.
Yeah, it's really worthwhile. It's cool. It's fun. And if you're going to be shipping the comic anyway, to put it in is not that big a deal.
Exactly. Hey, Aaron, if you want to look at my screen, this is the pricing that Shay is talking about.
Did you just call him Aaron?
Yes.
Adam.
You certainly did. How do I look at your screen?
You stop your screen, and then you should see mine as another person that you just added.
Oh, okay. Cyberpunk Valkyrie's screen. There it is. Bing, bang, boom. It's just a fun little production thing. All right. So a glossy UV coated. Oh, that's nice.
With
UV coated with foil. If anyone doesn't know what UV coating is, it's that super, super extra shiny, actually supposedly very toxic to make. You have to be very careful with UV coating. So one of the printers,
folks.
Well, it's fine by the time we get it.
Yeah.
Like Wizard
Right.
Magazine used to have UV coating on it, which is super shiny. Like you could use it as a plate. But just the process of actually pouring it onto the paper apparently is one of the printers was telling me, like, Adam, it's really toxic. So I was like, all right, well, you have to do it anyway. That was their problem. But yeah, that's okay. That's super duper.
But that's for 500, and that's
That's
the
pretty
minimum
reasonable.
that this site will do, which is
Right.
Primo Print.
And which company is this?
Primoprint.com.
Oh, primoprint.com. It's very cool.
Yep.
Always cool to just share a resource like that.
It is.
All right, this looks like a very cool project. Everybody should back CyberShock version
Absolutely.
1.0. This is going to get funded. It's going to ship in March. It's going to be very cool. I'm going to pop this thing up here so people can see it. It will be interesting. I'm curious to see what Aaron does next, if he's going to do another CyberShock issue or another project, or what it's going to be. I really admire that he worked very hard on Extractors. He didn't break through with it, but he's breaking through with this.
He is.
And I hope he does extend too, even when he gets funded. Take the extra 30 days, keep promoting, stay in demand, get the book out there, get people a chance to see it. It's tough because there are so many projects going. It's no matter whose shows you go on or whatever, there's always like 25 or 30 other projects being thrown out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, may as well have it out there, let people see it. And then as it gets funded, then as it ships, it goes through kind of different phases. I'm looking at for College of the Dead, like doing College of the Dead 2. And that book's really completely done also, which is very cool. 3 is not done, but 2 is done. And, but I don't want to really do much with it or talk about it much until people have College of the Dead 1 in their hands. This is our friend True Comment, who's got, that is a weird picture. It's a bowling ball.
Oh.
But always good to get to know another interesting person, True Comment.
Is his tongue on that bowling ball?
Yeah, it looks like he's got a tongue on a bowling ball, which reminds me that, yes, please like and subscribe so we can get to know each other better and understand each other's pictures and wacky imagery like that. It's really, really interesting.
All the quirks.
All the quirks. Hey, we're all unique here. We all love comics, and we're all trying to have a little fun.
Oh, it's Flycan.
Flycan from Twitter.
Okay.
Do I know Flycan?
From the Big Lebowski.
It's good to know you, Flycan. Oh, that's Jesus from the Big Lebowski. Okay.
Yeah.
I have not seen that movie in years and years.
You have all of our Twitters as our names on the screen, so feel free to follow any one of us.
Yeah, follow all of us.
Absolutely.
And you guys also have a YouTube channel.
We do.
We do.
Called Red Valkyrie, and that's why the dropship with the symbol was funny, because that's our
Yes.
current channel logo. So.
Very cool.
Exactly.
Likewise, James. Yes, True Comment is funny. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on and talking about this very cool project. I'm very happy for Aaron. He's a really, really good guy. He's a hardworking guy. I saw he was not 100% happy when he was struggling a bit there with Extractors, but that's when he made some of his best friends, and he was able to connect with you guys and get this project together. It's very interesting sounding. Everybody likes cyborgs, as we all know Cyborg. If it was Cyborg Zombie, that would have been...
I know.
Maybe that'll be the next one. Maybe we could all of us could team up on that one.
Oh, I like it.
We'll have to...
The football players with the severed heads, right?
That's what I do.
Exactly.
Football players and severed heads. All right.
We'll make it work.
Ladies, have an amazing night. Everybody, True Comment, thanks for jumping in there at the end. Everyone be sure to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications. We're going to be featuring more cool comics like Doom Fate and SOS and a couple of other projects coming up this week. And also check out College of the Dead. It's still available. Links are in the description. And College of the Dead, if you order it now, you're going to get it wherever you are in the world within 2 weeks because it's already printed, ready to go.
As long as you put your actual street name on there.
Even if you don't put your street name, I will track you down and get that book to you no matter what.
Adam's sending bloodhounds to Canada right now.
No, Adam is going to Canada. He's just going to start wandering.
We do have a couple of cool backers in Canada, and Sim is in Canada. So whatever it takes, we're going to get it there.
Good man.
All right. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. Yes.